Nebraska scored on the first two series of the ball game, led 10-0. But this is just a different offense when Casey Thompson is not on the field. That's all there is to it. It's not anything close to the type of efficiency and explosiveness that they have with him.
Yeah, obviously there's a gaping hole there when Casey Thompson's not in the game. And, quite frankly, the last 2 weeks, Nebraska has had a great game plan going in against both opponents. And, rewinding into last week when Casey Thompson goes down, the wheels kind of fell off of everything. And then this week with Minnesota in town, again, they were rolling. I was shocked. I mean, I hadn't even looked at the stats, up there on the big board and stuff, and was kind of shocked when I went into the media room at halftime and looked up, and I saw rushing yards for Nebraska was 110, and Minnesota was -7. I mean, the defense has played really well last two games, but the offense let you down. And, I actually thought Chubba Purdy at times was looking pretty good in the first half. I liked his decisiveness when he decides to run. But obviously, the big thing lacking there is throwing down the field. But, they were in control of that game, 10-0, going in the half. And it's like, I don't know how many times I was talking to people next to me saying, who are these guys? I mean, they were looking really good. But Chubba struggled, and, you bring in Logan Smothers and truthfully, tell me a throw that Logan Smothers can't make better than Chubba Purdy. But, Logan did finally get him on the board on a drive. But the bottom line is Nebraska had 3 possessions there in the third quarter, all 3 and outs, and probably had the ball for 3 minutes. And, that's when, Tanner Morgan goes down for Minnesota, and I'm not sure what his name is. It's a nightmare to pronounce, but he came in and played really well and really got that offense moving. And Minnesota controlled the clock like they usually do. And yeah, it was just unfortunate kind of the way things went out. I don't know if Chubba Purdy would have got more playing time in the first half, if that made a difference. But, we all went home sad again. And now they got to win out even to think about a bowl.
Anytime I see a situation where the offense comes out and executes that well early in the game, and then the next several drives or the rest of the game is completely the opposite. So for Nebraska, that's 75-yard touchdown drive right out of the gate, then a 50-yard field goal drive. Then the next 6 drives, they punted.
They go 7 empty drives in the second half.
Next 6 consecutive drives were all punts, and 5 of them 3 and outs. So they went from efficient scoring drives to nothing for most of the rest of the game until late. And when I see that, I think, is that the beginning of the game, whether that's 15 scripted plays like Bill Walsh invented a long, long time ago, whether that's just got it, that team has that execution of those plays down so well, or did the defense adjust and then the offense fail to adjust back to figure things out? But they went from those 2 drives to nothing after that.
No, that totally comes to mind, is that, the first, like you said, 10, 15 plays scripted went off without a hitch. And then everything kind of changed. It just seems like every week it's something different where, Nebraska's, they're playing tough, they're staying in the game, and then the wheels fall off because of one reason or another. And, just been snake bitten. And boy, all I can say is I remember bowl trips. They used to be fun. I don't know what they are like anymore, but I miss them.
That's a long dry spell 2016 was the last one. So 15 through 22, that'll be 6 consecutive seasons. No bowl trips.
Yep.
So yeah, Shepard Purdy, Logan Smothers come in 11 for 26 between the two of them. That's not necessarily going to get it done. And the guy that completely takes out of the game, of course,
Anthony
is
Grant.
the guy that was exploding all over the place is Trey Palmer.
Well, Anthony Grant was dominating that first half as well.
Sure. But in regards to poor quarterback play,
right.
takes Trey Palmer out of the game.
I had commented too that I think Trey Palmer had more drops than he had catches on Saturday. I don't think Trey played his best game of the year by any means. So, the blame has to be spread out, I think, a little bit.